So you've used ChatGPT, right? You feel like you have a pretty good handle on what AI can do? Well, get ready, because we're on the verge of a massive shift. We're moving beyond AI that just helps you to AI that actually acts for you. Let's dive into the world of agentic AI, what many are calling the new digital workforce. And just look at this. This isn't science fiction. This is a real post from the CEO of a startup. Their plan? Build a $30 million company using a team of over 20 AI agents instead of hiring people. This one post just perfectly captures the huge ambition and the disruptive power we're going to unpack today.
All right, here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down what agentic AI actually is. Then, we'll meet some of these digital coworkers in the wild. After that, we'll look at the new playbook for businesses, peek into the future of the autonomous company, and finally, we'll get real about the big challenges ahead.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What really makes this new kind of AI so different from the tools we've all been playing with over the last couple of years? Here's the core idea. Agentic AI is all about autonomy. It takes your goal, comes up with a whole plan, figures out what tools it needs, like your email or your calendar, and then it just goes and does it. It's not just writing the email for you. It's managing the entire goal of, say, booking a meeting, from start to finish. The key thing to remember is this. It doesn't just create stuff, it executes actions. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have generative AI. It's an incredible tool, right? You give it a prompt, it gives you something back. It's reactive. Agentic AI, though, is proactive. It's less of a tool you have to pick up and use, and more like a teammate who takes initiative on their own. So that's the theory. Kind of abstract, right? Let's make it real. Let's see what this actually looks like out in the world. We're going to look at marketing and sales, but keep in mind this is happening everywhere. Logistics, finance, you name it. Okay, take SEO, search engine optimization. For decades, the whole game was about getting people to click your link. But now, with AI answers right on the page, almost 60% of Google searches end right there. No click needed. The old playbook? It's basically obsolete. And this is where it gets interesting. Instead of a human doing a manual audit every few months, agentic SEO means you have AI agents working 24/7, constantly optimizing thousands of pages at once. It's a whole different way of thinking. You're not just trying to rank higher, you're trying to make sure your brand is part of the AI-generated answer itself. We're seeing the exact same thing happen in marketing. We all used to build those rigid flowchart customer journeys. But here's the thing. Real people are messy and unpredictable. Agentic workflows are built for that chaos. They can adapt the journey for every single person in real time. And the results? Well, they can be absolutely mind-blowing. Take a look at Grubhub. They swapped out their static, one-size-fits-all onboarding for an adaptive, agent-powered journey. The outcome, an 836% jump in ROI. That's not just an improvement, that's a whole new ballgame. And then there's sales, where we now have the AI SDR. Think of it as your best sales development rep, but one that never sleeps, never gets discouraged, and can handle the entire top of the sales funnel, finding leads, sending out thousands of personalized emails, and just dropping confirmed meetings right onto a human salesperson's calendar. Okay, when you see these examples, one thing becomes crystal clear. This is not about buying a few new tools. This requires a complete strategic reset starting from the very top. Boston Consulting Group put some hard numbers to this. They found that when agentic AI is fully baked into a company, it can triple a marketing team's ROI, triple how fast they get things done, and triple the sheer volume of personalized stuff they can create. I mean, that is one of the biggest growth levers anyone has ever seen. And they really drive this point home. We have to stop thinking about this as just another software update. It's a fundamental reset of how entire departments will work. The companies that just see this as a small change are going to get left in the dust. So what does this new operating model actually look like? Well, the new way to win is to create this integrated system where AI agents are the glue connecting four key things: generating real-time insights, sparking innovation, scaling up creative content, and delivering personalized actions. To put it really simply, it means agents are constantly analyzing what's happening in the market for new ideas. Then, they use those ideas to create content at a scale humans just can't touch. And finally, they deploy all that content to give people truly one-to-one experiences, automatically, everywhere. Now, if you take this whole trend and you just follow it out to its logical conclusion, it does more than just redefine marketing or sales. It starts to redefine the idea of a company itself. And this isn't some far-off futuristic concept. Shopify's CEO, Toby Letka, sent a memo telling his company that their new default is to ask, can AI do this, before they even think about hiring a person for a role. This shift is already happening inside some of the biggest tech companies in the world. This leads to a really fascinating and honestly kind of mind-bending question. We're used to humans competing with humans, companies competing with companies. But what happens when the competition itself becomes automated? Well, researchers are starting to call this synthetic competition. It's a potential future where AI agents from competing companies are making strategic moves, changing prices, launching campaigns, all at a speed and scale that humans simply can't follow, let alone control. Now, this all sounds incredibly powerful, maybe even a little bit intimidating, but it's so important to remember that getting there is not going to be easy. There are some major hurdles to clear on the way to this autonomous future. And the biggest roadblocks aren't just about the tech. They're about things like trust, governance, and data. I mean, how do you really trust an AI agent to make a critical business decision? How do you put rules in place without slowing everything down? And honestly, the number one barrier executives talk about is just data fragmentation. Getting all your information in one place so these agents actually have something useful to learn from. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial question to leave you with. This technology is unbelievably powerful, right? It can execute these complex strategies all on its own. But autonomy without clear direction, that's just chaos. As we start to hand over the how to these AI agents, the most important job for us humans becomes defining the what and the why. The ultimate challenge here isn't a technical one. It's a question of leadership, of vision, and of purpose.